Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
Hey, happy Thursday, Utah. Let's talk about this smoke and haze, which continues to be a problem out there for us. And in fact, this morning, we're waking up to that thick plume of smoke across not only northern Utah, but for our friends in central Utah this morning, getting in on some of that smoke and haze. You can see from Nephi down towards Richfield, over towards the Price area, we're seeing some of that thick and moderate smoke and haze showing up out there and points north. So this is going to be an issue again for us today, but there's a smidge of good news for us here if you're looking for some of that. As we look at our future smoke model today, notice the tan and yellow shaded color. Watch what happens as we go throughout the afternoon. Kind of dissipates a little bit. So hopefully we see that improving a little bit. It's still going to be bad air quality for us today, but we're hoping for at least some slight improvements, and that's really all we can ask for, especially right now because there's no rain, there's no real big wind to help mix up the air, so there's really not going to be much improvement, so we'll take what we can get. Code orange in effect for us again with the air quality for the Wasatch Front down through Utah County back towards the Salt Lake Desert, so keep that in mind. Again, if you suffer from respiratory illnesses, things like asthma, yes, it's going to be another issue. Let's take you out there towards the Cache Valley this morning. There you see it, that smoke and haze, but a nice sunrise. It does provide for those beautiful sunrise settings. Brigham City, good morning to you. We're at 63 degrees. Our friends in Heber City, oh man, down into the 40s this morning. 68 in Salt Lake City, 71 in Moab, and 62 degrees. Good morning to you in Cedar City. All right, let's talk about this weather pattern. This heat dome that's going to continue to build in from the south, providing us with the heat is something that we've been telling you about here and forewarning you about for the past several days, and it looks to make its way in as we get towards starting really this afternoon, but especially Friday and right on into the weekend. And it is a large heat dome encompassing most of the United States from the central portions of the country right on through the southeast and over towards the east coast. Look at that, right up the 95 corridor towards Boston, down the 75 corridor, down towards Miami, Florida, and points to the west. And let's not finish there. Let's go on the other side of this heat dome because we're seeing excessive heat alerts and heat advisories being issued across the Pacific Northwest. Nothing in the state of Utah, but it's definitely going to be a hot one. Let's talk about that heat dome as it moves in this afternoon and just kind of meanders around the Four Corners region as we go throughout the weekend. The position of this high pressure by Saturday may allow for the potential of a record high temperature here along the Wasatch Front. We'll keep an eye on that. And then notice on Sunday, we're still in the midst of this heat dome. So your overall temperature outlook as we look towards the Wasatch Front at or above average here as we go from Friday right on into the upcoming start of next week. And the same story could be said for our friends in St. George. Yeah, you guys are not going to escape the heat as well. At or above average temperatures expected right on into your Tuesday and beyond. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. And notice the state of Utah looks to be solidly in that above average temperature trend as we go throughout the next couple of weeks. All right, your forecast high for today, Salt Lake City. We're going to make a run at 100 this afternoon. If the smoke and haze is thick enough, it may keep us at 98, 99, but you get the idea. Much warmer than the past couple of days. 106 in St. George, 98 in Vernal, 96 in Price. Our friends in Blanding, yeah, we're not going to forget about you. 95 degrees today. We sure could use some rain. We finished the month of July with less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. We averaged about 1/2 an inch of rain. So let's see if we can find some. Nothing in the near term, but as we get towards your Friday and beyond, could see enough moisture to get an isolated shower or two across the southwest. A little better chance statewide, notice, as we get towards your Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and then again on Monday afternoon. Finger crossed, because we definitely need some water to not only wet the ground, but to also cool these temperatures down a little bit. St. George, sunshine, 106, isolated storms as we go into the weekend with some of that monsoonal moisture, but it stays hot, and along the Wasatch Front, we're not going to escape it as well. 100 degrees with that smoky sunshine nearing record highs by the time we get towards Saturday.